Hello and welcome to LMU Community TV News. I'm Ashley Collingsworth. I hope you're having a great week, and these are the stories that we have for you today. A body was found Sunday afternoon near the Middlesboro-Bell County Airport. A news release from the Bell County Coroner's Office states that Coroner Jay Steele was contacted by the Middlesboro Police Department to respond to the scene of an apparent death. The death had been discovered in the city near the airport. Upon arrival, Deputy Coroner Steve Robinson officially pronounced 38-year-old Christina Estes of Middlesboro dead at the scene. A report from the Big One WRIL states that a man was flying a drone in the area, lost sight of it, and as he was looking for it, he allegedly discovered the woman's body in a shallow water of a levee. According to the coroner's office with the Middlesboro Police Department, they are leading the investigation into Estes's death. An autopsy is scheduled for the coming days in Frankfort to determine the official cause of her death. Assisting the Middlesboro Police Office and the coroner's office on the scene were several members of the Bell County Rescue Squad. It appears the Clear Creek Baptist College Child Development Center is a total loss following a devastating fire Saturday morning. Reports state that Bell County Dispatch received a call of a fire at the center just before 9 o'clock that morning. Bell County Volunteer Fire Department, Middlesboro and Pineville Fire Departments, Bell County EMS, and Bell County Sheriff's Departments all responded to the scene. When units arrived, the structure was fully engulfed in flames and appeared to be a total loss. Bell County Sheriff Mitch Williams said there were no staff and no children were in or around the building at the time of the fire, since the fire did occur on Saturday morning. A statement is expected from the college regarding what future arrangements parents will need to make as college officials and others assess the damage to the development center. The exact cause of the fire is still under investigation, and as more information comes available, we will be bringing you the very latest. The window to apply for the Director of Schools in Claiborne County is now closed, and the field for the position has narrowed. Last Thursday evening, the full Claiborne School Board spent a good deal of time going over some 18 applications. By the end of the meeting, the board had managed to bring that number down to 8 individuals, hoping to replace Connie Holdway, the current director, when she retires. The 8 will advance to the interview process that will take place on February 13th and February 16th. As of now, the 4 applicants who live nearby will be interviewed during the first session, and those living farther away will get the opportunity to present their qualifications during the second session. The interviews are scheduled to begin each night at 6 o'clock and will be held at Cumberland Gap High School. Both sessions are open to the public. The 8 hopefuls are Meredith Arnold, Lisa Ferguson, Brian Green, Linda Keck, Gary McCann, Joseph Miller, Jason Scarborough, and Jim Shipley. There are 3 locals who made the list that include Ferguson, Keck, and Shipley. Ferguson is a teacher at Claiborne High School. Keck is currently principal at Cumberland Gap High School, and Shipley is principal at Springdale Elementary. McCann is locally from Lee County and is the superintendent of federal programs at Lee County Public Schools. Miller is the director and principal of Career Technical Education in Morgan County. Arnold is the principal at La Follette Elementary in Campbell County. Green is an adjunct math teacher at Walters State Community College, and Scarborough is the principal at Inman Middle School in the Paris Special School District. The minimum requirement for the position are a master's degree, a license as a professional educator, and experience in administration. Holdway is scheduled to retire on June 30th, and the board will likely update the public during its regular monthly meeting on February 9th. The full board is expected to select the new director of schools during a special called Policy Committee workshop on February 23rd. The new director will be announced on March 9th. The school board has not yet set a specific start date for the new director. Now, there is more news coming up after the break, so keep it right here on LMU Community TV News.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire? prevent wildfires.
Got a quarter?
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
And months of anticipation are over for the community as Sagebrush in Middlesboro prepares to open their doors. The steakhouse is expected to open to the public this Wednesday following a special family and friends event that was held this past Saturday. Managers are hoping to give patrons in the area something different to visit and enjoy. Sagebrush will be the first restaurant in Middlesboro in decades to serve alcohol. It's been over a year ago when voters in the city voted for the town to become moist, allowing alcohol sales in certain restaurants. The restaurant is being housed in the former J. Milton's building on Highway 25E. Now be sure you tune in this Thursday for a follow-up on their very first opening day. The Lincoln Memorial University School of Business is offering free tax preparation services through the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. Students in the School of Business will be preparing taxes under the supervision and guidance of Assistant Professor of Business, Roger Holt, a retired IRS employee. They are offering the services on Mondays and Wednesdays from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. The assistance will be available through the IRS tax deadline, which will be this year, Tuesday, April 18th. Holt and his students have been trained on the IRS tax software and are certified to e-file returns. The services are available for very basic returns, including state income tax reporting. A temporary office is set up in room 117 of the Business and Education building on the main campus. Services are available on a first-come, first-served basis for individuals or families with income below $54,000. No appointments are necessary. Filers should bring proof of identification, tax documents including wage and earning statements from all employers, and that does include W-2 and 1099 forms, Social Security card for households, interest statements, health insurance statements, and a copy of last year's federal and state returns if they are available. For more information, you can contact Dr. Holt at 423-869-6699 or 423-737-2828. A range of experts gathered at Lincoln Memorial University's Duncan School of Law to offer their perspectives on whether the criminal justice system needs to change course in its high-profile war on drugs. The discussion was part of the LMU Law's Review's annual symposium titled Criminal Justice Reform: Rethinking the War on Drugs. Criminal court judge Shane Sexton admitted during the symposium that dealing with East Tennessee's prescription drug epidemic came with quite a learning curve. Sexton, who serves Campbell, Claiborne, Fentress, Scott, and Union counties, said that it was around the year 2000 or 2001 that he first heard of OxyContin. Until then, substance-related cases had been mostly related to alcohol and marijuana. It quickly forced him to shift his thinking about the addicts who started turning up repeatedly in his court, often after a 28-day treatment program failed to break their habit. Sexton's answer to the area's burgeoning heroin and opioid problem was the drug court that helped funnel nonviolent addicts into more intensive treatment programs. Keita Haynes, a Nashville public defender, said that she struggles every day with whether her clients are being punished too harshly, especially when many struggle to keep their homes, jobs, and livelihoods after one misstep. Other speakers were attorney and ethics expert Cynthia Brown, Dr. Ashley Nellis of the Sentencing Project, Campbell University law professor Zach Belitho, and Dr. Christy Cowan, who discussed the physiological effects of drugs and drug treatment on the brain. The symposium was named in honor of Sandra Ruffin, a founding member at the faculty at the LMU Law. Ruffin passed away in 2013, shortly after helping organize the LMU Law Review's inaugural symposium in the spring of 2012. Now be sure you keep it right here on LMU Community TV News as Adam Haley brings you the latest information in the world of sports from right here on campus and around the region. So don't go anywhere.
This time of year, what do you give? When it's your extra concert, game, or special event tickets to VetTix, you're giving our nation's service members and veterans an amazing experience they'll cherish forever. Plus, you're helping America's heroes de-stress, decompress, and strengthen family bonds. Your gift will do more and mean more than you can imagine. This holiday season, don't just give the experience, give the memory. VetTix, give something to those who gave. For more information on how you can make a difference right now, go to vettix.org.
Daisy is 6 years old, and she is my very best friend. I couldn't live alone without her. I spend a lot of time in my backyard. I feed the birds and the bees. I love my flowers. The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. I love them. They're my savior. And I look forward to the volunteers because they've all become my friends. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Last weekend was a busy one for LMU athletics as the men's and women's basketball teams were at home. Men's volleyball was on the road, and the baseball, softball, and tennis teams opened up their 2017 seasons. Let's start with the basketball teams as they hosted Wingate University into the Tex Turner Arena. The LMU women came in 20-0 and ranked 5th in the nation, looking to complete the season sweep over the Bulldogs. The game started off well for LMU, outscoring Wingate 21-10 in the first quarter before the Bulldogs came back to make it a 3-point game at halftime, 33-30. The second half began a seesaw battle that saw Wingate lead by as many as 7 points. The Lady Railsplitters tied the game up with 97 seconds left, and after a pair of free throws by both teams, it was Wingate who had the final shot, and Amber Neely would take the advantage of the opportunity as she sank a layup with 0.2 of a second left to hand LMU their first loss of the season, 71-69. Megan Pittman led LMU with 17 points with 15 rebounds, while Denasia Witherspoon led Wingate with 20 points. The LMU men started off slow against the Bulldogs as they fell behind 17-7 in the first 5 minutes before fighting their way back to take the halftime lead, 43-40. The lead would grow to as many as 9 before the Bulldogs tied the game up on a Keith Griffin jumper with less than 6 minutes remaining. LMU would take over from there, going on a 25-15 run to defeat the Bulldogs 97-87. Luquan Choice led LMU with 36 points, while Cornelius Taylor added 21, and Chris Perry recorded a double-double with 15 points and 10 rebounds. With the win, LMU improved to 18-4 overall and 13-3 in conference. Both teams will be back at home this Wednesday as they'll host Tusculum College. Women's game will begin at 6 p.m. with the men to follow. LMU Sports Network will have coverage starting at 5:40 p.m. on 91.3 FM WLMU and LMU Community TV. The LMU baseball team started off their 2017 season on the road in Aiken, South Carolina for a 3-game set with the Pacers of USC Aiken. Friday's game started with a Skylar Mercado RBI single in the second inning, and the Pacers would add 4 more runs in the 6th en route to a 9-0 win. On Saturday, Aiken's Mitchell Price hit an RBI triple in the 3rd that started a course of 4 runs in the 3rd inning en route to an 8-1 win in Game 2. Mason Ewers hit a solo home run in the 7th for the only run for LMU. In Game 3 on Sunday, LMU was looking to salvage 1 win out of the weekend. Logan Augustine got the Rail Splitters on the board in the 1st with an RBI double. The Rail Splitters went into the 9th, tied at 7 with the Pacers when Tyler Adams hit an RBI single and later scored himself when Russell Clark was hit by a pitch. However, the Pacers came back with a Mercado solo home run and a Zach Moon RBI single to send the game into extra innings. In the 11th, Tyler Ammerman hit an RBI single to complete the sweep 10-9. The LMU softball team also started off their season this past weekend when they traveled to Mount Olive, North Carolina to face the Trojans of Mount Olive. Kristen Power got the Trojans on the board first with an RBI single. The Lady Rail Splitters would enter the 7th, tied at 3 before an explosion of 5 runs, highlighted by a 3 RBI double by Allie Jones to push LMU to their first win of the season, 8-4. Brianna Taylor picked up the win, allowing only 10 hits while striking out 2. The Trojans got on the board first once again in Game 2 on an RBI single in the 1st inning. The Lady Rail Splitters scored 3 in the 4th and 2 more in the 5th, however, to complete the sweep of Mount Olive 6-3. Justice Smith got the win for LMU in the circle, going 4 innings, allowing 7 hits and striking out 3. The ladies will now come home for their home opener Wednesday against Lees McRae. First pitch is scheduled for 1 p.m. and will be covered by the LMU Sports Network, and that contest is, of course, weather permitting. The LMU men's volleyball team traveled to Fairville, Connecticut this past weekend for 2 games with the Pioneers of Sacred Heart. Game 1 on Saturday did not go the way of the Rail Splitters as they lost 25-15, 25-20, and 25-9. LMU only recorded 14 kills while the Pioneers had 38. Game 2 on Sunday went better for the Rail Splitters, but still ended the same way. But once again, it was ended LMU losing 25-14, 25-21, 20-25, and then 25-19. Joshua Riblett led LMU with 17 kills. Now at 3-7, the Rail Splitters will hit the road on February 10th for their second match of the season with the Battlers of Alderson Broaddus and Philippi, West Virginia. Super Bowl 51 is in the books, and it may go down as one of the best in history. New England won their 5th Super Bowl as they defeated Atlanta 34-28 in overtime. The Patriots had to come back from 25 points down, which is a new Super Bowl record. It was also the first overtime Super Bowl in its 51-year history. Tom Brady won his record 4th Super Bowl MVP after going 43 of 62 for 466 yards and 2 touchdowns. The passing attempts, completions, and passing yards are all Super Bowl records. Brady and head coach Bill Belichick have now won 5 Super Bowl rings, which is both a record for a quarterback and a head coach, and Brady's 5 are tied with Charles Haley for most Super Bowl wins by a player. That's all for sports, but stay tuned. More LMU Community TV news is after this.
So we were walking to school.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart.
want cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope I
bad
don't
day
have
at
another
school
bad day at
today.
school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Oh, no. Okay, quick. Oh, yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. Yeah, Dad. We're getting so wet.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat
eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
One in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
And that is going to do it for today's LMU Community TV News. Thank you for joining us. We will see you on Thursday. For everyone here at LMU Community TV, I'm Ashley Collingsworth, and have a great week.